Hello everyone who's watching. My name is Frank Koloski, and I'm going to be doing a presentation about the energy security and challenges in Kodiak, Alaska. What I'll be discussing today is Kodiak, Alaska, why Kodiak being an island is so important when it comes to electricity and energy, electricity production in Kodiak, Alaska, issues that come with the geography of Kodiak being an island and how that relates to the energy, economic pros and cons of Kodiak being an island, and the environmental impact of Kodiak, Alaska when it comes to electricity and energy. So Kodiak, Alaska is a small-ish island southwest of Alaska, and it is completely cut off from the mainland electrical grid. So this is really important because Kodiak has to make its own electricity. So again, Kodiak is completely cut off. So they make their own electricity on the island without any help from anyone else. So there's many ways to generate electricity. How does Kodiak choose to do it? Kodiak is almost entirely powered by renewable energy sources, such as wind and water. With the hybrid system of hydropower and wind power, Kodiak is able to power itself almost entirely on renewable energy sources. So right here are wind turbines, which are mainly located on Pillar Mountain, overlooking the main city of Kodiak. And shown right here is the interior of a powerhouse featuring a really special hydroelectric generator. Kodiak is almost 100% green, with both of these working together, paired with batteries to power the entire island. But Kodiak is still an island, and because it's an island, there are issues when it comes to the geography relating with the electricity. So there are downsides to the geography of Kodiak, Alaska. Extreme wind can knock down power lines, causing power outages. Wildlife, such as large birds, can cause short circuits, causing outages as well. Floods, of course, can knock out many power lines and can disrupt a lot of electricity. So what is the economic impact of Kodiak, Alaska when it comes to electricity? Well, there's a lot of pros and cons. Some of the pros are that it has its own electrical company, Kia, or Kodiak Electrical Association. They're the ones running and managing all of the wind turbines and hydroelectric generators. They're the ones in charge of the entire electrical grid in Kodiak, Alaska. This provides a lot of different jobs for many different people that live in Kodiak, and can even bring in more people to want to work in Kodiak. Kia is really good for the economy in Kodiak because it's able to create so many jobs and stimulates so much of the economy. And because electricity is in such high demand, because everybody needs electricity, it's able to keep Kia running and doing great things for the Kodiak economy. But, well, there are many pros. There are also cons for the economy there. While it's true that there's always going to be demand for electricity, in Kodiak, it's really hard for there to be a lot of demand because there's only so many people in Kodiak, making it so there's a limited amount of demand that can be there. This makes it really hard for Kia to expand more because there's only so many places that they can go. One of the most important parts of energy generation is the environmental impact. Things like coal, gasoline, and diesel all negatively impact the earth. Kodiak is a prime example of renewable energy being able to be used to power an entire society. The entire Kodiak Island is powered by renewable energy because it has batteries and Kia running all of the generators, making it so it's able to be entirely renewable. Kodiak serves as a prime example of ways that society and people can be able to run off of entirely renewable energy. So, with that, Kodiak barely has any negative environmental impact. In summary, Kodiak is a very unique place, and it was very, very interesting being able to research so much and learn so much about Kodiak's unique energy situation. Again, them being an island means they have to have their own power grid, and them having their own power grid creates a lot of pros and cons and is very, very interesting. I believe that Kodiak is a place that can be studied a lot more to be able to learn more about energy generation and more ways that we can improve renewable energy to expand it to more parts of the world. But of course, Kodiak is really good for the environment, but with their power generation, there are issues with the geography, which can make it really hard for Kodiak to be able to stay fully green. Because when the main electrical grid goes down with all of the renewable energy, you need to rely on diesel energy in Kodiak. So, to be able to compensate for this, being able to learn more on how to prevent these geography issues can really help Kodiak be able to continue to grow and expand. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope you all enjoyed.